Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, France to Australia, bush trip in little bits. Yesterday we finished off at Ras Lanuf, so let's go from there. Let's see how far away this is. That's about right. That's what we need. Zueitina. And then we'll grab some points along the beach here, if you want to call it that. We want to maybe, let's see, no, this one's asphalt. We'll go with the asphalt one. Let's go there as a waypoint as well. Ada Biar. Here we go. Here's another airport to look at. Massa Brega. Can we find any towns? Here we go. Bisher. Wow, not much in this little area. So let's maybe, is there anything near this lagoon lake system, whatever you want to call it? Not really. That's something there. Yes, but it's not got a name. We're just going to have to go to here, this island here on this lake bit, for want of a better way of putting it. Literally nothing. We're back into the desert. There's sort of some farmland here. Doesn't have a town name. It'll have to do. Let's go. Right, here we are at Ras Lanuf oil airstrip. Let's go. Say goodbye to that. And hello to whatever's next. A lot of desert, it seems. Not much civilization on this leg, but so be it. I'm sure there's plenty of interesting natural formations and things and large flat sections of sand to look at. Let's go have a look at them. Get our gear up. $296 for a little bit while we get some climbing on. Need to manually tune to Tripoli Center because that was a non-ATC runway. The Crest Class C airspace transition.
Rover, Zulu Alpha 11 is type Diamond DA 62 1 miles northwest of Hotel Lima, November.
Get our flaps up.
500 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace. Trap Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Tripoli Center. Squawk 7014. Squawk 7014 Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11. Trap Rover Zulu Alpha 11 radar contact 2 miles northwest of Hotel Lima, November Foxtrot 1000 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Maintain on navigation. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Roger, Roger.
Trap Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Alright, there we go. Now we can turn back the way we were coming. We just need to take off, presumably because of the wind, in the opposite direction. We want 130 for 9 minutes 22. The unfortunate thing that we've got very long segments on this bush trip leg. Because I couldn't find anything. I could find nothing. Let's head into that great nothing now. Yet again say hello to our previous stop. Oh, by the way, just after I finished recording yesterday, I had a little look around here. This is a train station. These are train lines. Right? This is that path that I kept looking at, wondering what it was, couldn't figure out it was. Those are, yeah, electrical train things, but you can't see the train lines. I don't know why. They looks like, I guess they've been blurred out or something, but the train station's here. So my original thought that this was a train line was actually correct. Go figure. I just can't figure out why when we're flying over it, you can't see train lines. Do they just blend into the dust or something? Or are they somehow redacted from the footage? It's an interesting question. And we had those bits before where it looked like little holes in the ground, but it's not. It's actually just, that's an overhead, you know, for the overhead wires. I didn't even know what you would call those things. The pylons that hold up the wires. Meanwhile, I've been climbing this whole time. Probably don't need to be doing that. Let's trim down and actually go to 80% while we lose a bit of height so that we can see what we're seeing down here. And not squinting. Well, we follow the train line. In fact, let's head over this way a bit. So that we're back on the purple line. Yes, indeed. Oh, I haven't done my wind yet again. I was going to do it beforehand to save time. Why isn't this letting me click? There we go. Wind. These new things that pop up here take up quite a lot of space on the screen, which is a little bit annoying. And we're, what, 11 knots today? Ah, the wind has finally calmed down. Alright, that's probably good enough on the height. Basically on the purple line again. We're going over this farm here, if that's what it is. Again, I wonder if a lot of this has been blurred out or something. Coming into some interesting beach areas. Look at that. Flat. Absolutely flat ground. Let's have a look around. Water. What looks like sort of fields and things along the beach there. They've carved some little areas out for themselves. What are they growing there? Maybe collecting salt or oysters or something? Don't know. Back to where we came from. The vast, huge, massive city of whatever it was. Ras Lanuf. Sun's still doing its thing. Sun. I keep saying sun when it's the moon. The moon. Yeah. There you go. Plenty of space to roam around if you wanted to. Probably wouldn't run into a single human being for 100 kilometers or so. Oh, that's right. So my first point is I've labelled Mystery Island. We're just heading to this sort of water area over here. Lagoon, I guess it is. Almost. Not sure. And I just picked a little what looked like an island, although once I zoomed right in, the satellite imagery changed, and it didn't look like there was water at all. It was just now a sandy beach, basically. Although it does look like right now on this footage there is actually some water. I guess we'll know more when we get a bit closer. Is there actually some civilization just before this patch of blue whatever it is? Or just an optical illusion? Could just be an optical illusion. I thought this was going to end up being some kind of little town, but it might just be some kind of scars in the landscape caused by all the water and or lack thereof. Yep, nope. It's just some little rocks and hills and things. Not a single sign of any civilization whatsoever. I guess people don't even come visit. There's no even little roads, little paths. Although, spoke too soon, there is something going on here. There's just something there and a couple of little houses or something. Okay, there don't seem to be any way of actually getting there except across the sand. Oh, there is a bit of a path going along here. Okay, alright. I'll allow it. And yeah, as we get closer and closer to this, I'm beginning to wonder whether it is in fact surface water at all. Not much of it. This obviously was a lake at one point, but I think now it's mostly dried up. Perhaps it just depends on the time of year. Some little lakes or little ponds there, but almost looks like they're man-made, but I can't see any buildings or anything. Maybe there's some kind of little post for someone to stand there. I don't know. What would it be? Alright, our purple line's beginning to curve, so our waypoint must be up ahead. I think that must be what I chose there, thinking it was an island, when in fact it's just a patch of lighter brown dirt around patches of darker brown dirt. Looks cool though. Looks cool. Very peaceful. Very serene. Yep, now there's our custom point coming up now. Yeah, definitely this, what I thought was an island. Okay, actual little bit of water going on here. A bit of almost a river, almost a creek. Oh, maybe actually, did I pick that? No, it's definitely here. Definitely here. We'll wait for our purple arrow to be satisfied that we have visited it. There it is. Alright, now we want 75 degrees for 9 minutes 35. On our way to Bishr. B-I-S-H-R, Bishr. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. I should probably stop apologising for my pronunciation. What can I do? I can only try and read it with the skill set that I have, as limited as that is. Now we're onto the yellow sands. A way of finding out what the current temperature in this area is? There is 11 degrees C. It's local time 1:10 p.m. here in Libya that we are flying over, and it's 11 degrees, and obviously whatever the date is. 30th of November 2021. Like doing this with the live weather, although I assume eventually I'm going to run into an issue where I'd be flying in the dark. So we may have to tweak the once that comes about, as we get further and further away from where we started and get closer to where we're going. Might be something to consider, but for now, local time 1:10 p.m, so we're still, you know, what are we, episode 17? We're probably looking at somewhere near like episode 50 or something that we're going to start having issues like that. And as mentioned, I don't know, a quick back of the envelope calculation suggests that this might end up being like 100 episodes. We could get into syndication. Right, well, we're heading back to the train line and the roads at least. Little paths below us, so, you know, people do drive along this way a bit. We've got a big sort of path that way. Where would that go? Where are you going? And then you just disappeared. There it is. Heading off that way. Heading over to the patch of water there. Wonder why. Maybe it's not a path. Maybe it's just a single car went along there once and it's still showing up. Got a couple of paths that lead to something here. Oh, these are the okay. These are power lines below us. This is some kind of mine. There's no sort of accompanying buildings or anything. Look at that. The sea on the left, the white sands of the beach, the slightly greyer sands of the, whatever you call it, wetlands I guess, although they're not anymore, and then just desert. And, you know, the odd bit of water every now and then, although not that much. And if you're at ground level, you'd go, there's just no water to be found. Look over here, is this some kind of rest stop or is this some kind of mine? Because again, this is the, I'm calling this the old road. But it looks like it's still dirt, but, you know, quite wide. And then we've got the train line. And then over closer to the coast now, we've got this new, newer, I imagine, concrete, bitumen, whatever kind of road. Meanwhile, this road has been hit by a meteorite, apparently. Is this another train line? I mean, this is the road. But I'm wondering if this is... Yeah, well, I mean, we've got those... I think it's another train line. I think this is also a train line. Maybe for some reason they had a turn off here for this mine, for the... You know, maybe this is a smaller, slower train. Maybe this is a big, fast train. I don't know, because this is definitely that wider channel that back where we just were was definitely ending up on a train line, a train station. Can't figure it out. Every time I come up with a conclusion, and it's like, why are there now two train lines? I guess it's more than likely, but why would you have two parallel train lines in the middle of this desert? What's going on, Libya? What are you doing? Let's have a look at what this over here is. We are a little bit to the right of the white line anyway, so might as well. We're just, well, over 5 minutes, so, yeah, of 9.5, so we've gone halfway. Got a little storage area there or something. We've got a bunch of houses on the beach. Actually a town. I did see a couple of little towns, but I just couldn't get any, it wouldn't give me a place name, so wasn't much point in using it as a marker. If I can't at least mispronounce some local town. Right, we're back almost bang on the white line. We want to go back to 75 degrees. We've got this weird little turn on the highway here. Here's some actual people escaping the zombie apocalypse in their cars. Good on them. Good luck. Godspeed to you all. And don't forget, double tap. And your cardio. Stay in the car, basically. That would be a good idea too. Or, you know, get in a plane. It's the zombie apocalypse. What are you thinking? I did see this patch of farmland up ahead, so there must be a town around it. Like it's got this road going through it. It's got the train line going past it, so you'd think there'd be something here. So, hello, where are all the houses that are supporting these farms? I guess there's some more coming up, which is probably our, what I selected. Bishir. Couple of farmhouses, not much else. There's a little patch of people just on the road ahead of us, so... hello, tiny village with a lot of farmland nearby. The algorithm hasn't done much with this, has it? Oh, maybe. It's got a couple little houses. Thought they were looking very 2D, but no, okay, there might be 3D little houses there. Interesting. Very interesting. Again, it almost looks like ruins or something, but with its layout and the way that the edges have been dug up into trenches and things, but who knows. So this town here that I'm about to fly over, this must be Bishir. We're nearly at our custom point. Yeah, it's just ahead of us. Hello, Bishir. You know, not bad, good size. Easily the largest town in the area. The only town in the area. Got a few on the outskirts here, probably petrol station or something to support the highway. And then a bunch of people, who knows what they do. There's no farms around, maybe they're all clerks or something. There we go. Purple arrow is satisfied. Let's go, what are we doing? 52 degrees. Have a look below us. 3 minutes 14. To Marsa al Buraika. Buraika? Not sure. Not sure. These anglicized, Latinized versions of Arabic names are almost certainly not correct in its phonetic indications of how it would be pronounced in Arabic, which I've always found a little bit odd. I mean, I could understand if it was like thousands of years old and the English has been using a certain word for thousands of years and it just got mixed up and changed over the years, but in this case it's almost certainly, you know, no one's ever been to Marsa al Buraika, and so they've just done, I guess, a close a phonetic job as they can to help English speakers pronounce it, but it should just be in phonetic or something, you know, like you have in dictionaries, so that it's pronounced correctly. Here we've got another patch of this. Okay, there was a road there, and then there's blah, and then this road continues. I feel like this is some kind of, you know, there's no footage available or something. Blurred out, perhaps, even. Very low-res photography. Look, this lagoon-looking thing just sitting there. Doesn't even have an outlet to the sea. Alright. So this patch of what looks like almost a city in its size, although I don't know that it will be. It must be our good old Marsa Al Buraika. Buraika? Burayqah. Really don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure how you would particularly pronounce that just phonetically in English, to be honest. Bura? Bura? Buray? Buray? And this was the airport we picked. It was the waypoint. It was, it's apparently Marsa Brega. Name of the airport, I guess. Let's actually deviate from our line a little bit. Actually, we need to go over the airport for the purple line, but then we'll go have a look at that little town on the edge there. Hello, airport. I see you have some... Oh, you've got some cars in the car park. I think that's what that is. Might be quite a popular little place, who knows? Maybe they've all just arrived for fly-in, fly-out work and they leave the cars there. Let's go have a look. I do believe the purple arrow is satiated. It's saying 50 degrees now, which is our next direction. But I want to come and have a look at this town, see what's going on. Hello, Marsa Al Buraika. Okay, port town. Lots of sort of warehouses and things. Yep, makes sense. Makes sense. Alright, so we want 50 degrees now for 13 minutes 18. Couldn't find anything in between here. Let's see how lazy I was in my search. Will we see lots of stuff along the way? Look at this industrial area. Wow. Wow, just wow. Let's get back to our purple line, which is over to our right. Wind doing 14 knots. That's fine. That's fine. That's nothing. Need to reset our clock. 13 minutes 18. Sit back, relax. Grab a drink. Enjoy the scenery. We've got more of the town here. So yeah, definitely a fair bit of civilization here. We're back on the purple line. Let's head this way then. Actually looks like there's another town just directly in front of us there. Anyway, we'll see soon enough. We're on our way to Ajdabia. Ajdabia. Alright, we've got some farm or factory business going on there. Maybe some more oil stuff. What business are you in, sir? Oh, oil stuff. Yeah, manager of oil stuff. Chief director, senior assistant director of oil stuff. That's right. Bit of a lake, or is it a lagoon? What is the difference? I always ask the question. In my head, a lagoon is just a bit of seawater that's sort of stuck inland a bit, and a lake is freshwater, but I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if I just made that up. This is interesting. Definitely a town. Really different kind of layout though, and very dense. Is this an ex-Roman place, maybe? Derry definitely looks a little bit more European in its layout and whatnot. And yeah, plenty of it, very dense. Almost looks planned, actually. I think it is. Look at this. You know, everything's not geometrical, but you know, it doesn't look like all this happened organically. There you go. Just I don't know why I couldn't find that on the when I was looking around. That would have been useful. I'm sure that's got a town name. Well, maybe it's military or something. Maybe it's a huge military complex or something, so they don't get mentioned on the map. We may never know. I'm sure it's possible to find out, just not on the cards for me giving a shit enough about it. Interesting, look at that, layout. What's going on? You got this big central thing here, you've got a big channel between these two sections of... Interesting to say the least. And nothing but sand and dirt. Yep, now we're looking like there's nothing. We've run out of roads even. Where have the roads gone? Are they over there somewhere? Surely there's some way of getting to this place round to the next part of Libya, surely. Where? I'm almost tempted to go find where our road and train line and stuff is. Surely they didn't just give up on it. It must have gone very much inland. Can't really see it. Any of it. I mean, it sort of looks like that might be it there. Or at least one of them. Maybe this part of the country is completely cut off from the rest of the country. I'm pretty sure we're still in Libya because we haven't even made it round to Benghazi yet. And I'm pretty sure Benghazi's in Libya. I don't know where the border is. I haven't looked ahead. We've suddenly got some little wispy clouds. The wind is slightly picking up, but nothing disastrous like yesterday. 50 knot gusts of wind. We've got some patches of farmland or something being done here. No signs of buildings though. Oh, there's a building. Yeah, there we go. About just under the nose now. There we go. One building for all of these farms and things. We've got a little bit of something going on here as well. Just boxes on the side of a road. Could be some barracks or I don't know. Could be an arsenal of some sort. I don't know what that could be. Could be storage tanks. Some more man-made stuff going on below here. It's all very low res, I think, is the issue. Just either, perhaps even satellite pictures where there's no aerial photography, high res. Where it's like one cloud. There's one cloud and we're in it. No, I think that's all just natural stuff. There is a path going through there, so there is a dirt track through all of this. But where does it come from? Where does it go? Or where does it come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Again, there's just little things here and there, right? There must just be Little installations of some sort. But suddenly all the colours have changed again. We had sort of very white sand. We've still got a bit of white sand interspersed with all of this darker sand. Basically a bit of a wetlands. No sign of the road. Train lines, yeah, maybe over there I can see a road, okay. Just went very much inland. Oh, have we actually got some kind of civilization going on here at the edge of this brown and sandy, dyke, beige, almost crate looking place? No, I just think it's some kind of natural bit of water or something. I thought might have been a bunch of buildings or something, but it's not. Don't think so. It's just a bit of an algorithmic thing. Put a bit of water there. I don't know if this white thing is part of it. Could just be a cloud that was on the photograph. You know, the algorithm put a single tree here. I'm pretty sure a tree wouldn't grow there. So it was probably something there like, I don't know. Well, it might have been a patch of some kind of greenery. Seems a bit unlikely. In this environment, it's all what almost looks like muddy sand. Yeah, I might get some, I don't know what kind of plants would grow on that. Alright, we've done 9.5 minutes of 13, so not too far away. On our way to Ajabia, and the airport is apparently called Ajedabia. So yet again, which one's correct? Which pronunciation? Which version of the Arabic in English are we meant to choose? Ajedabia or Ajadabia or Ajdabia? I'm sure it's the same word in Arabic. It's just ended up with different written ways of doing it. I mean, maybe one of them's French and one of them's English or something. I mean, this it's just put together by a French company, this game. So perhaps some of their filling in of the details of the airports and whatnot were using what they knew the way of describing it was, and then big maps, which is what I'm looking at when I zoom in to read the actual name of the town, is using a different name or a different spelling, basically. What a mess language is. What an absolute mess. And they think we have any hope whatsoever of getting computers to actually do proper translations at some point. How? I don't think human beings manage it particularly. Well, we are in the literal middle of nowhere here. There is nothing. A little bit of a road there, so not, okay, not nothing. Just Earth's mighty splendor. Yeah, there's a road that goes down to the beach there. Don't know why. Don't know where it's headed, where it's going, why. There's a little town on the water. I assume this is a town I'm heading towards. It's looking like it's trying to render in buildings and things. It just hasn't yet. So is that Ajabia? The purple line's beginning to curve, but again, I chose an airport here as the waypoint, I think. This? No, I thought this was just natural formations, but it's not. It's could these be ruins? Could these be Roman ruins? Don't look like fields, really. I mean, there might be a different kind of field, or just an old style of laying out fields. I don't know. I feel like that might be an old Roman ruin, or perhaps I don't know. Not Roman, whatever they had in this part of the world. They're not quite Mesopotamians, but I'm sure there were ancient civilizations here. Now, these white lines on the edge of this is trying to be a giant city. It's just not rendering in yet properly. Wow, look at this place. And there's a runway, just is this white thing on it. The runway's over here. There we go. There's the runway. The football field. It's just massive city in the desert here. Hope the purple arrow doesn't mind me going a little bit to the right of the waypoint. Again, I think this must be very low-res photography on this city. And the algorithm's doing its best. Wonder whether there are such large buildings. Possibly. It doesn't seem out of place when you've got big roads like this and roundabouts and whatnot. Anyway, there you go. Ajabia, pretty big. Pretty darn large. You know, we want 312 for 416. On our way to our final destination for this leg. Zueitina. Zueitina. Again, not sure how that's meant to be pronounced. Doesn't sound very Arabic. But fine. I'm probably pronouncing it a little bit too English/French. But anyway, Zueitina. Zueitina. Which must be an airport up here. I must have selected it on the coast. I've already forgotten. That was 40 minutes ago. Who has a memory that long? Not I. Got some more little areas that carved out. I mean, maybe they're just towns. Maybe they're not ruins. They're just not high res enough for the algorithm to actually fill them out. Just amazed at how big this city is, just sitting in the middle of nowhere. Real, you know, real oasis, crossroads. It hasn't got an airport, it's got a runway. You know, so not like a big international tourist destination or anything, I suppose. That's real interesting. I was expecting this lake to be completely bereft of any kind of civilization, but there we go, we found quite a few interesting little things. As we now make our way to the coast here to land at Zueitina Airport. HLZU. In fact, let's see, we're probably about 2 minutes out, so let's talk to ATC. That is not the button I meant to press. Alright, well they're going to talk about IFR for a little bit now, unfortunately. I can't stop them. Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, fine. Looks like the purple line wants me to zoom around this way a bit. That must be the airport there. No, I'm not going to climb to 15,000 feet. Yeah, there's the runway. I can't cancel it. I can't cancel it because they're talking. Anyway, we're about to arrive at the airport, so let's start slowing down. Not that much. God, you press one button, and then 5 hours later, they finish their fucking talk about IFR. 3, cancel IFR. Nice. I just had a moment before they kept talking. Yeah, blah blah, blah blah, stop it. Wow, that is a whole lot of talking to say that we're going to go on radar. Nearest airport. Ugh, please stop talking. Oh, shut up. I'm going to have landed before I could even press the button to get the airport list.
radar contact 2 miles southeast of Hotel Lima Zulu uniform, 1,600 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Maintained on navigation. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11. Hotel Lima Zulu uniform traffic. Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 2 miles southeast.
Oh, I didn't have to do anything. It's figured out. She's actually doing it inbound to land. Didn't even have to press it in the end. Pretty rare that the autopilot does the autopilot. The co-pilot actually does that. I usually have to talk to the airport myself, but there's no ATC. There we go. We're landing on runway, whatever it is. Must be like 33 or something. Good enough. 35 in fact. Got a little bit of a crosswind. Not so bad as yesterday though. Come on, plane. Down you go. There we go. Beautiful. And we've arrived. We've arrived at Zueitina. Not sure if that's the name of the airport. Why are you... I'm sliding around like I'm on an ice right now. Come on. This is not a drift plane. There we go. That was leg, I think, 17 of our little bush trip across the world. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.